this is Mr. Steve Canal. He is an entrepreneur, author, cultural influencer, just an overall great guy. So I wanted to give you guys an opportunity to meet him and just to learn a little bit more about him and his purpose and just some of the things that he has going on. So first of all, thank you for taking your time out of your schedule, because I know you've been here all day.
I have, but it's definitely my pleasure being here. I really appreciate your time. I always say time is the most valuable asset, so I appreciate yours.
Yes, thank you. And so tell us a little bit about the book that you have out.
Yeah, so recently released best-selling book called The Mind of a Winner. And in the book I have Damon John from Shark Tank, Swing Cash, two-time Olympic gold medalist, Barbara Corcoran from Shark Tank. I have 2 Chainz. I have Everett Taylor, who was one of our panelists today and yesterday for the RIDE conference. And some amazing people. Kenny Smith, who's an Emmy Award winner, 2-time champion in the NBA. And I give you access to the mind, access to minds of an era of people who are very successful at what they do. And I purposely spread out industries from sports to real estate to fashion, entrepreneurship, just to show you that there are common threads amongst it all. And it isn't necessarily just entertainers or athletes who get to this peak. It's everyday people. If you want to be the best mother, if you want to be the best, fisherman, if you want to be the best, contractor, for real estate, this book is for you. This book allows you to sit back and read into their lives, and they're giving you their mindset of what they were thinking when they failed and how they overcame it. They're going to tell you different habits that they incorporated into their lives that help them reach their purpose. So that's what The Mind of a Winner is about.
Gotcha. Now, some of the names that you've named, they're not old people, but they're not quite same generation as you, because you're a young man. Mm-hmm. So what sparked within you to be a young man to start having the mind of a winner?
Yeah, so for me, along my journey, I've been fortunate enough to have some amazing people around me, great foundation. I always say in order to achieve that purpose and reach your goals, you need to have the right people around you, whether it's mentors, whether it's advisors who are around you, who have an interest in seeing you succeed. And I tend to gravitate towards more seasoned individuals amongst their careers because they've been through it. And me being dyslexic, I cut straight to the chase. I'm big picture thinking. I don't think, at little details. I see the big picture and I work backwards from there. So for me, that's who I gravitate to, is individuals who are there, and then I pull back from that. And there are some people in the book, like Mary Seats, who's a fashion influencer. Mary's a millennial. Everett's a millennial as well. But at the same time, it was important for me to share that information. It would have been selfish of me to get that information along my journey and not share it, not put it in a body of work to give people access to those minds. Because you're not going to run into these people every day. Mm-hmm. And me traveling this country, I've been in every state in the country, I've done events in every state in the country. I've been able to see what people need, from entrepreneurs to corporate America wanting to climb the corporate ladder, and I have a lot of that insight. So I wanted to put this body of work together to share it.
Indeed, that's a beautiful thing when you're blessed with some type of knowledge and you know that you have the obligation to share it with others. Right. That's how you continue to get it. So for people who want to follow you online, what are your websites and social media?
Everything is my name. I streamlined and made everything very easy. So it's Steve Canal, last name Canal. So www.stevecanal.com. On there, you'll have access to the book. You'll have access to one-on-one sessions. You'll have access to the apparel, which is more motivational and inspirational. I am a brand. I'm the CEO of me. The mind of a winner. You also get to learn about me. So there'll be interviews on there that I have from YouTube that's embedded in the page, so you get to see all the interviews. So everything's very easy. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, it all, Steve Canal.
Thank you. Yeah. Now, as a closing note, what is something that you want to say to your fellow peers and millennials about their online presence and how they can use that when they have goals towards success?
Yeah, so media is a powerful tool. Before you needed to go to, media outlets specifically to contain content and find content. But if you want to live within that space, or if you're an entrepreneur starting your business, it is very important that you control your message. It's very important that you're authentic, because your followers, your customers, eventually they'll call bull crap on you if they don't feel that it's authentic to who you are as an individual. So it's important to stay real to that message when you're putting it out. But next level to that is you need to identify which channels are aligned with your brand. And when I say channels, think of it. There's CBS, there's ABC, there's CNN, you have ESPN. All those are channels. And if somebody wants to watch sports, they go to a sports channel. If somebody wants news, they can go to MSNBC or CNN. You need to use Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all these platforms as channels. So you need to create messaging. When you think about Facebook, it's more personal. It's more, people want, nosy family members that want to know in your life, people you grew up with, friends that you know. Twitter is more, of a content base, 140 characters, so it's your message. Instagram's more visual, so people want to see, your brand come to life through visual capsules. And then there's YouTube, people want to see that packaged and presented, so those are your channels. And just because your message might be consistent throughout doesn't mean that I particularly am going to be on Facebook listening to your message. I'm an Instagram person, so whatever resonates through Instagram is where you're going to find me. So you need to have that content that's going to resonate to me, because that's the channel that I'm going to be watching. So create content for your different channels and make sure that you're controlling your message and it's a consistent message that you're putting out there.
Awesome. Now, I appreciate you once again for taking your time out. You guys, you make sure that you follow him at stevecanal.com and on all social media, and be sure to get this book, because I'm going to make you do a book report. If you click on this photo, on this video, on any of my social media, I'm going to check and see if you got the book, and I want to see what you learned from it, because that's how we do over at Be Positive Media. So thank you so much again, and we look forward to staying in touch with you and building relationships. So thank you.
Thank you.
All right, peace.
Peace.
Do for self. Except your own. Bismillah, rock mine out of here. Yeah. Drum dummy. Get your money, man. Get your bread up. Gotta do for yourself. Know you fed up. Get your study on. All praise be to God. Stay read up. God never let up. Everyone that I'm around already know what I'm about. Build heaven on earth. Gotta catch up. Elijah, Muhammad Ali. Sarah, come back on mess. Now, man, what about me? Get your money, man, get your bread up. Gotta do it for yourself, know you fed up. Get your study on, all praise be to God. Stay read up, God never let up.